Hello and welcome to Meadow Bakery. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get started with cupcakes. Before we get started, head over to my website, meadowbakery.com. Sign up if you haven't already done so, and then close the page. Go to the courses website where you'll find a list of courses available to buy on my website. When you find the one that you like, you just click on it and you'll be taken to a sales page where there'll be a video telling you more about the course, and there'll be a bit more information down the page about what's involved in the course, and then you click buy and follow the buying process. The very first thing I recommend is a scale. You need this to weigh all your ingredients because it gives more accurate results. It can be a digital scale or any scale that's easy for you to read. I don't use cups because they don't give accurate results. I prefer scales, so buy a scale, and it's very important. There's so many things on the market and sometimes you can feel overwhelmed, but I'll show you a few things that you can use to get started. You need a bowl large enough to fit your ingredients. This one is a 2-liter bowl. It should be enough for most cake mixes, but if you need a bigger one, you can always buy a bigger one. Now, when it comes to mixing your ingredients, there are a few options available. I'm going to talk about them individually. If you're not sure if you're really into baking that much, you might just want to start off with as much of the things that you already have at home. So most people have a wooden spoon. This is great to start off with. You can mix a lot of your mixes with this spoon, even creaming butter and sugar. If you look at my earlier videos, I only use a wooden spoon and a bowl because that's what I wanted to do, and to show that it's actually possible to bake with just a wooden spoon. You don't need anything fancy. And to cream your butter and sugar, you just have to make sure that it's really soft so that you can mix it easily. Another thing that you could use is a spatula. The spatulas are different. There are some that are 2-piece where you get the handle that detaches from the mixing part. I like these single ones because they're so much easier to clean. I've had the 2-piece ones, but sometimes they get water in them and they can get moldy very easily. I prefer these single ones, and you can use them the same way you would with a wooden spoon. A balloon whisk is very good for breaking up lumps in batter. Sometimes when you have a very runny batter, it can get lumpy. The flour can be quite lumpy, but you use this whisk to break up any lumps. I usually use it for chocolate cake. I've got a very moist chocolate cake recipe, which I use a whisk in, but you can use it for other recipes. The creaming method recipes don't usually need a whisk. You just cream your butter and the sugar and it should be fine. Another thing that you can use is an electric hand whisk. Electric hand whisk, is one that you can buy if you want to, but it's not necessary just to buy it if you're starting out with baking. It usually comes with these whisk attachments, and it also has dough hooks. I haven't used my dough hooks because I bake my bread by hand, so I don't even know where the dough hooks are. I tried to look for them earlier on, but I can't find them. Anyway, so you use these for cakes, meringues, and most cake mixes, and the dough hooks, you use them if you want to knead bread, but I use my hands. So you can buy a hand whisk if you want, but it's not necessary. But if you can't, for whatever reason, use your hands to cream batter, a hand whisk is very good. And this one lasts quite a long time. I've had one for a very long time, many years that I've had one, and I haven't replaced it yet. That's for mixing your ingredients. I'm going to talk about where you bake your cakes. Cooling racks come in different sizes. This one is quite a small one. It can fit a cake on there, but you need something slightly bigger. This is one of the smaller ones, and I also have quite a big one. This one, you can fit quite a few cakes and cupcakes on here. You can even have cakes on one side and even cookies on the other side. So I recommend just buying a big one to start off with, because you can use it to add more bakes on there. But if space is limited, you can just buy a small one. So cupcake trays come in different sizes. You have to trial and error to see what you like, but I will put the sizes of my trays in the link in the description below. These ones are cupcake trays, or sometimes they are muffin trays. They call them muffin trays, but they're the right size and a reasonable size for cupcakes, especially when you want to sell them. You don't want them too small. So you can get a tray of 6 and a tray of 12. I recommend a 12 tray because you can even bake 6 if you need to, or 12. Most people sell cupcakes by the dozen. So it's a lot easier just to make your cake mix for a dozen cupcakes and then sell them. You wouldn't really bake 1 cupcake or 2 cupcakes unless, of course, you've got a lot of cupcakes and you've run out of batter and you need maybe 1 or 2 more. And now, there's a very big difference between cupcakes, muffins, and fairy cakes. I bake my muffins in these cupcake trays because they're quite deep. Then I've seen jumbo muffin trays, which I don't bake because I think they're too big. These are the good size. And I'm in England and we have something called fairy cakes. I don't know which country you're in and if you do have them. These are bent on stains from lots of years of baking with them. But anyway, these are fairy cakes trays. Can you see how shallow it is there compared to this one? Okay, so these ones are usually used for children's parties, and they're usually used for children's parties or adults who want smaller cakes. Lining fairy cake trays or muffin trays, to line fairy cake trays or cupcake trays, you need liners, these ones. Okay, I buy them in a pack, usually like a pack of 100 or so. And you see the difference in size. These ones are not called cupcake liners, they're called muffin liners. They're quite big, but these are the best ones for cupcakes, I find. These ones are too small. So you put them in your cupcake tray like this and you bake your cupcakes. They're also good for muffins. So these are the ones you use. Cupcake cases are usually small. You'll find they might be halfway up there, but your batter is quite a lot. And they'll go over your paper. And then it doesn't look nice when you come to icing them. Muffin liners come in a pack like this. So they are stacked together like that. You just remove what you need and you put them back in the packaging. It's the same for the muffin ones. Another thing that you need for cupcakes is this ice cream scoop. I use this ice cream scoop with the release thing. Can you see? When I push this in, it goes like that. It works for some batters, but not all batters. But as long as you've got some mixture in there, you pour it out. If it's too thick to go even with the release, you can use a spoon to ease it out. And that's it. Thanks for watching and see you again soon. For more videos like this, visit my website www.meadowbrownbakery.com. Please like and subscribe to my channel.